Hi there, Claire Cantro here with Spread the Well, and I wanted to take a minute to show you this technique. It is a self-trigger point release technique for a group of muscles that are often problematic in just about everyone, okay? And we're looking at the area in the top part of the shoulder as it connects into the neck, okay? Three muscles that we're looking into, or three groups of muscles. One is the upper trapezius. The upper trapezius is the most superficial of these guys right here. Oftentimes, trigger points in the upper trapezius are going to cause headaches, right? They're going to cause this coat hanger, circle around the back of the ear, and even the suboccipital region, those type of headaches, okay? The second muscle is the levator scapulae. So the levator attaches from the corner of the scapula up into the cervical spine, and it does exactly what it says it does. It elevates the scapula, okay? It also side flexes the head because it attaches into the head and neck. It attaches into the neck. It is one of those muscles, one of those rare muscles whose trigger points refer pain directly where the muscle is, okay? So oftentimes when patients are complaining of actual neck pain, actual neck tension, the levator is number one. And even deeper and a little bit more anterior than that is the group of muscles called the scalenes. The scalenes are a set of accessory breathing muscles, meaning they attach to ribs and they help with extra inhalation. So when we need our ribs to expand even further to get a deeper breath, they're super helpful with that. The problem is that we use them 9 times out of 10 when we should be using our diaphragm. And so these little tiny muscles that are should be more responsible for lateral motions of the neck are now doing all of the brunt work, getting us to be able to breathe adequately or ventilate adequately, and they're not equipped for it. When the scalenes shorten or get tight, they pull up on the first and second ribs and creates a ton of congestion in this area. This is an area we call the thoracic outlet. So it's an area where all of the nerves and vessels in the neck that come together and then they end up going down the arm. But it has to pass through this thoracic outlet. And there's lots of little areas that if we've gotten too tight muscles or if our ribs are elevated or whatever, you're gonna have some problems with some upper extremity symptomology, not pain, paresthesias like numbness and tingling, even sort of pressure or feeling of compression or not being able to get good blood flow into the arm, stuff like that. So this is a great technique to kind of target all of those muscle groups. It is the only technique out there. So there's lots of videos that are showing people kind of ball against the wall. And I'll tell you, that is great for rhomboids and lower trap and middle trap, and even maybe that lower corner of the levator, but they are not actually getting to the meat of what the biggest problems are, okay? So with this technique, you see me holding two different things. The tennis ball is great. The problem with this technique is when you go and bend over and get that tennis ball there, it's going to pop away from you lots. So what I tell people to do is get 2 tennis balls and a sock, can be a new sock, old sock, shove those tennis balls down, tie it off on the end to where you get like a little peanut. This does 2 things. One, if I'm releasing something in the back, I have something to hold on to. But more importantly for this technique, it means that my ball is not, I'm not chasing balls everywhere. So this technique requires you to bend all the way forward in a doorway, or I've got a little archway here. I actually like a doorway better because you can put this in the lip of the frame of the door, and it actually creates a little bit more stability. Okay. So the key is you got to bend all the way over in that 90-degree posture, and then I'm going to take this, put it in place, and then I'm going to direct my pressure towards the balls, towards the wall, okay? And 2 things I can do. Number 1, I can just not move and let these balls do like a static trigger point release. So if you watch the video on what a trigger point is, how to do a trigger point release, remember the time element is key. It's not about how hard you're pushing. It's about you're in the right area. And when you put pressure on that area, it reproduces some familiar pain, okay? And then you hold just a moderate amount of pressure until you feel that go from a pain to more of just a pressure, okay? The other thing you can do, and I'll just to show you on this side, you can add, and this happens with any trigger point release out there, okay? So I'm gonna get set up here on my left upper trap levator scalene compartment. I can also add some mobility to that release to sort of deepen the release a little bit. So if I know that some of these muscles attach into the cervical spine, then I can manipulate the cervical spine in different ways to get a little bit of a deeper pressure into the ball. Okay, I can also use my arm. If I rotate my arm, if I move it in different directions, I can actually deepen what I'm feeling and the pressure that I'm feeling against this ball. The other thing is people get caught up with like there's one specific trigger point, there's one specific spot I need to get the balls there. That's not the case. Get playful with it. Find different spots. Move your body around. Get a little bit lower with it. You know, notice how now I'm turned a little bit. I'm getting more of the back part of that upper trap. So there are lots of different ways. This area is so target rich, meaning it's got lots of different things that you can work to release. And this can be super duper helpful with tension type headaches, with chronic neck tension and pain, and with lots of upper extremity pain, which I'll get into in another video. So hope you enjoy. Thanks.